did it. They actually gave us a home primetime game. Oh my God. What's up, Dolphin fans? Oh my goodness. The schedule is finally here, so we know who we're playing and when we're playing. So I've seen a few of the games, obviously, but this is the first time I'm really actually looking at our schedule. So this really, I'm kind of trying to get my first reactions as much as I can. Again, I know some of the opponents, but I don't know all of them just yet, or at least I don't remember them. I know who we were playing, but I just don't, you guys know what I mean. So anyway, this really will just be kind of my first reactions to the schedule. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We kick off the season at New England again, but this one's going to be at 4:25 p.m. instead of at 1. So I guess they see something in this game. Admittedly, I've kind of started to believe in New England a little bit more. I actually was really not buying them ever since the end of last season. I thought their roster just had a lot of holes, but in all fairness, they did have a lot of COVID opt-outs, and I think they just didn't really have a quarterback like they thought. So now that I think they got their guy and that they got some more players in the offseason and the COVID opt-outs are coming back, Patriots should actually be a pretty good team, and this is overall a pretty fair matchup. I'm not going to predict games yet. Those will be later down the road. But yeah, we got at New England again. It is at least nice that we get to go to Foxborough while it's not freezing cold outside. So, you know, I'm all right with this. It's just kind of oh, wow, okay, we got New England again, I guess. And then again, a repeat of last year versus the Buffalo Bills is our home opener in week 2. So really kind of weird how that played out. We have at the Patriots and versus the Bills as our first 2 games again. Hopefully we can get it to go the opposite of what happened last time, because last time we lost both of these games. We were actually pretty close too, and that was with, I don't want to say a bad roster because we did go 10-6 last year, but just fresh off of a 5-11 season, I guess we'll put it that way. Now we're coming off of a 10-6 season, and we should be better this year, so I think we can win at least one of those. But yeah, so I guess that's going to be our home opener again. Week 3 is at Las Vegas. I really thought this was going to be a primetime game, especially after how the last one went, but I guess it's not. I mean, it's fine. I think we can win against the Raiders. Again, I'm not going to try to predict, but, you know, it's what it is. It's at the Raiders for week 3. Then you have week 4 versus the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, I think this is a pretty good time to play the Colts. They're not, I mean, they're an indoor team, but it'll still be really hot in Miami. So kind of glad we got that in there. And then no offense to Carson Wentz, but he has not been playing his best football. So maybe the Miami Heat kind of throws him off a little bit, even more. I don't really know. So I like that. Week 5, you don't have to go far. You have to go at Tampa. But you obviously it's still the defending Super Bowl champs. So, you know, just like last year, we have a week 5 game against the NFC team that was represented in the Super Bowl. So maybe we can blow out the Bucs, but we'll see. So yeah, we got the Bucs in week 5. I'm totally fine with that. It's coming off of a home game, so we're not going far. It's kind of like another home game. And then this would be an interesting Florida trip if this game was in Florida, because next is at the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then the game after that is another home game for us. So that would have been basically just a whole month at home, but instead this game is actually going to be in London. But what is still pretty nice about this is that the Dolphins don't have to give up a home game like initially. Obviously there were no home games, or there were no London games last year because of COVID, but they're going to bring them back, and thankfully we actually don't have to sacrifice a home game, and we're just playing at the Jags, which is also a pretty winnable game. So I'm pretty happy with that one. We don't get a bye week after that, though. Instead, we go right back to work, and week 7 is the game that I'm sure everyone that knows me and my brother are waiting for. That's versus the Atlanta Falcons. So week 7 is the game, folks. Week 7 is the game where Dolphin Drawdown goes against Rise Up Rundown. That'll be a fun one. We'll just leave that one at that. But yeah, week 8 is going to be at the Buffalo Bills. I thought this was going to be a Sunday night game. I was actually a little bit hyped, as much as I don't want to admit it, because, man, Halloween night against the Buffalo Bills, that would have been so exciting. Of course, that happens to my biggest rival. But nonetheless, we do got to play the Bills on Halloween. So thanks a lot, guys. You ruined Halloween. Week 9 versus the Houston Texans. You know, that's just what it is. I think that's just the Houston Texans. They're dumpster fire right now. Then week 10. I want to thank whoever makes these schedules for something. Finally, a home primetime game. Oh my God, a home game. Now, I mean, it's a Thursday night game that no one likes, and it's also against the Baltimore Ravens, who just seemingly always destroy us, no matter what the records are. But hey, at least it's a home game. Now, you know, history aside, I think this is, I said I'm not going to predict games. I'm still not going to predict it, but I think this is a winnable game for us because, you know, the Ravens, they're on a short week on the road. You know, that's always hard. It's in Miami. I think the Dolphins did improve their edge rush so they can contain Lamar Jackson, and they certainly have the corners to be able to lock down that passing game because it's not very good in Baltimore. So I think this is a winnable game, actually, but it also depends on how the offense plays against their defense. But anyway, I'm excited for that game. Week 11 is at the New York Jets. We finally play them all the way in week 11. And it's not going to be terribly cold. I mean, it's a late November game, so it might be a little chilly, but, you know, it's just what it is, I guess. But then this is interesting. I'm looking down. We have a lot of home games to end the season here. I think they had a typo on one of them because I know one of these is not a home game. But anyway, versus the Carolina Panthers for week 12. All right. Good. Week 13 versus the New York Giants. I like that. You have 2 home games here. And then all the way in week 14 is your bye week. That's really late for a bye week. But, I mean, I guess we're getting rested in time for the playoff push, maybe. I don't know. That's really late for a playoff push. But thankfully, after that, you get another home game. And it's going to be against the New York Jets. And it says to be dated, which I'm guessing that means it's like maybe going to be a Saturday game. So maybe another home primetime game. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do like that. You got 3 home games pretty much for a whole month. You get just Miami games if you're not, you know, if you include the bye week, I guess. And then at the New Orleans Saints, this is the one they say versus on here. I know they mean at because we are definitely at the Saints. But this is a primetime game. It's Monday Night Football at the Saints. I kind of had a feeling the Saints was going to be a primetime game. I don't really know why, but I am really excited for that. I think that's actually a really good game. And it's kind of exciting to see where the Saints go without Drew Brees. Are they going to be better or worse? I don't really know. So I'm excited for that game. Week 17 at the Tennessee Titans. I forgot we were playing them. That's actually the game we're playing on my birthday, January 2nd. So, Dolphins, you better win that game. But, you know, I understand it's other people's birthdays, too. It could be a Titans fan birthday. So, I just hope that for that January 2nd, it goes my way. But anyway, so now we have to add in the new week 17 game, or 17th game. This will count as a week 18 all the way in January 9th. I thought they were going to start the season at like where the last preseason game would normally be, but I guess not. But anyway, so week 18 is going to be versus the New England Patriots. We start with the Patriots and then we end, and this one's against them at home. So I like that. We always do a good job against the Patriots at home. So if we are making a good playoff push, I like that we can at least end it at home so that in case we don't win the division, we're not dead tired when we have to play on the road as a wild card. So I like that. But yeah, actually, I like the schedule. I'll do my predictions a little bit later, but I think this is actually a pretty favorable schedule. I'm seeing a lot of people note that there's no divisional games late in the season on the road, except for maybe at the New York Jets, but that's kind of it. So I like that. They did give us a break there, and I think a lot of the tougher games are in Miami, and it's actually pretty early while it's still hot. So they kind of did us a big favor there, but not making it too hard for us to where we just start out with the worst record ever. So, yeah, I'm pretty on board with this schedule. I think this is actually really good, and I think this really, really favors us to make a playoff push. So I like it so far, but let me know what you guys think. And until next time, fins up.